For this relief, much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold, and I am sick at heart. William Shakespeare, Hamlet, Act 1, Scene 1. The finest of margins separates life from death, triumph from defeat, hope from despair. A few more dead muscle cells, a fraction more lactic acid in the blood, a little extra swelling of the brain. Grim Reaper perches on every surgeon's shoulder, and death is always definitive. There are no second chances. November 1966. I'm 18, and a week into my first term as a student at the Charing Cross Hospital Medical School in the centre of London, just across from the hospital itself. I wanted to see a vibrant beating heart, not a slimy piece of lifeless meat on the dissection table. I was told by a hall porter at the school that heart surgery was done over the road in the hospital on Wednesdays, and that I should look for the ether dome. Find the green door on the very top floor under the eaves where nobody goes. But don't get caught, he warned me. Pre-clinical students are not allowed up there. It was late in the afternoon, already dark, and drizzle was falling on the Strand, when I set out to find the ether dome, which turned out to be an antiquated leaden glass dome above the operating theatre in the old Charing Cross Hospital. Not since my entrance interview had I entered the hallowed portals of the hospital itself. We students had to earn that privilege by passing exams in anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry, so I didn't enter by the Grecian portico of the main entrance, but sneaked in through casualty under the blue light, and found a lift, a rickety old cage used to take equipment and bodies from the wards to the basement. I worried that I would be too late, that the operation would be finished, and that the green door would be locked. But it wasn't. Behind the green door was a dark, dusty corridor, a depository for obsolete anaesthetic machines and discarded surgical instruments. 10 yards away, I could see the glow of the operating lights beneath the dome itself. It was an old operating theatre viewing gallery, respectfully separated by glass from the drama on the operating table, no more than 10 feet below, with a handrail and curved wooden benches, worn smooth by the restless backsides of would-be surgeons. I sat clutching the handrail, just me and Grim Reaper, and peered through glass hazy with condensation. It was a heart operation, and the chest was still open. I moved to find the best view, settling for a position directly above the surgeon's head. He was well known, at least in our medical school. A tall man, slim and imposing, with very long fingers. In the 1960s, heart surgery was still new and exciting. Its practitioners few and far between, and not many had been properly trained in the specialty. Often they were skilled general surgeons who had visited one of the pioneering centres and then volunteered to start a new program. They were on a steep learning curve, with the cost measured in human lives. The 2 surgical assistants and the scrub nurse were huddled together over the gaping wound, frantically shuttling instruments between them. And there it was, the focus of their attention and of my fascination. A beating human heart. In fact, it was squirming more than beating, and was still attached by cannulas and tubing to the heart-lung machine. Cylindrical discs were spinning through a trough of blood, bathed in oxygen, and a crude roller pump squeezed the tubes, accelerating this lifeblood back to the body. I peered closer, but could only see the heart, as the patient was completely covered by green drapes, gratifyingly anonymous to all concerned. The surgeon restlessly shifted his weight from foot to foot, wearing the big white operating boots that surgeons once used to keep blood off their socks. The team had replaced the patient's mitral valve, but the heart was struggling to separate from the bypass machine. This was the first time I'd seen a beating human heart, and even to me...